Hello everybody, welcome to another video for SU Studies with you. My name is Castillo, and on this video we're going to be talking about absolute values. So let's go ahead and start. The definition of absolute value in simple words is going to be asking yourself how far is that number from the zero. For example, if we have a line of numbers that starts at the zero, extends all the way to the right, and it also extends all the way to the left, we're trying to find the absolute value of 2 or the absolute value of -3. We're going to be asking ourselves how far are those numbers from the zero. The symbol to denote mathematically the absolute value are going to be the parallel bars. So when you have those two bars and you have a number in between, for example 2, you're trying to find how far is this number from the zero. The same is going to happen if you have those bars, and in between those bars you have a negative number. You're trying to find how far are those two numbers from the zero. So taking our line of numbers, seeing how far is 2 from the zero, 2 units, and that is going to be my absolute value. On this case, how far is -3 from the zero? Remember that we're talking about units and not direction, so we don't have to worry about negative signs. On this case, 3 is 3 units apart from the zero. In other words, absolute value means get rid of the sign. If the problem is asking what is the absolute value of 5, it's asking how far is 5 from the zero. So if I have my line of numbers, how far is going to be 5 from the zero? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, which is just the number inside the bars without any sign. Very similar example, if you have a negative number inside the bars, you're asking yourself how far is that number from the zero. So if I start at a 0, how far is -4 from the zero? 1, 2, 3, 4 units, which is just the number inside the bars without a sign. You have to be careful when you have a negative sign outside the absolute value bars. For example, if you have negative absolute value of 2, you're only going to calculate the absolute value of whatever you have inside the bars. At the end, you're going to give the negative sign to the result. For example, let's go ahead and find the absolute value of 2, which is how far is 2 from the zero, and the result is 2, but we have a negative sign that's outside the absolute value bars, so we should not eliminate that sign. That sign has to carry over to the result. On this situation, since we have a negative sign, that has to go in the result as well. What's going to happen when we have two negative signs right next to each other? For example, if we have the negative absolute value of -2, what will be the result? Let's go ahead and evaluate the absolute value of -2 first, which is how far is -2 from the zero. Remember, we're not dealing with signs right now. It's 1, 2. It's 2 units apart from the zero, and we also have a negative sign outside the absolute value bars, which means we have to give it to the result. The result is going to be -2. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Castillo, and this was another video for SU Studies with you. See you next time.